time for my review of Iron Man 2, and you know what that means. Iron Man 2. So this is the sequel to the great film of Iron Man that came out in 2008. So this film has a lot of stuff to fill. You know, it has a lot of stuff that happened in the first film to transition to this. A lot of stuff has happened, and yet it actually becomes quite damaging to this film completely. Let me understand. Now, the plot of the story, if you have not seen the first one, this kind of ruins the spoiler for from the first Iron Man film, as in everyone now knows that Tony Stark is Iron Man, and this takes place 6 months after that, in which case War Peace is now happening, the world's in peace, everything's going all good, Tony Stark's more popular than ever because he is Iron Man, and Tony Stark's opened this big massive sort of Stark Expo, which is a year-long event, right? But upon all this, the heart piece that's keeping him alive is also killing him. And that's kind of the main plot of the story, but then the thing is, the US military government is trying to get sort of control of Tony Stark's sort of armour because they want it, and Tony Stark's basically not giving them it because America only see it as a weapon and not as a way to protect people. And also there's this, Justin Hammer is trying to sort of compete with Tony, and then there's problems with Tony Stark's like social life, and it gets a lot confusing. And there's a new enemy, which always has to happen in a film, that sort of surprise Tony and gives a big reality shock to Tony Stark. Let's get to the sort of the whole score ratings and then the actual rating itself. Okay, what's good about this film? The new guy that plays Rhodey, he's great. He's better than the guy that played Rhodey in the first film because he's more serious and more believable to be Rhodey than the guy in the first film, because he seems to be in the right age that he should be for like Tony Stark, and also he is more serious, and that's what the way War Machine was. He is more serious than Iron Man. And War Machine, when Rhodey becomes War Machine at the end of the film, it's badass because the scene at the end where he and Iron Man fight these sort of robots, right, spoiler, but it's totally amazing. It's tight. Oh god, I actually prefer War Machine to Iron Man any time of the week. Gwyneth Paltrow returns, and she's more independent in this film, which I really love, because she becomes like the CEO of Stark Industries, and it's really cool in how they sort of portray that, and I love it that she's getting more independent in this film. But the thing is, we need a bit more eye candy, and this is where Scarlett Johansson comes in, and I think a lot of people were kind of like sceptical about this, but she did really okay. And obviously the big spoiler is she is the Black Widow, so, and when you actually see her become the Black Widow, it's really good. I mean, she's like, I love you, but I fear you're going to kick me, kind of thing. So yeah, she's one of those like out of your league type girls. The driver in Iron Man for Tony Stark and Pepper Potts, he's back, and he gets more screen time and more lines, and he's actually really good in the film. Justin Hammer, his character, he is so good in this film. He's really kind of obnoxious. Like, I can't believe that if they two were kind of friends at one point, and of course something probably happened, and he's just kind of show off, and Tony's just completely shows him even more off, and it's fun how he kind of sees it, how he does it, and he has like one of the best sort of scenes in the whole film with the whole like showing Rhodey weapons and that. But yeah, the characters in this film are top notch and really good. Now what's bad about the film. The main villain, let's start with him, Ivan Vanko, aka Whiplash. I didn't really connect with him as much. I mean, the thing is, he's supposed to be this new villain, but he just seems kind of brushed in. Like, they thought, right, we need a villain for this film. Whiplash, we'll just use this guy, we'll use this actor because he was popular at that time. And yeah, we have our sort of so-called villain. But he, you know, he kind of gets brushed off, and the way they kind of defeat him at the end, oh god, it really is quite disappointing. But not as disappointing as Tony Stark. And oh my god, why is Tony Stark acting like a complete douche again? Why is he acting like a guy that doesn't really give a damn anymore? We all know that he's dying and we're supposed to feel sympathy for him, but even still that's quite annoying considering. And he doesn't really Iron Man as much as we'd like him to be. I mean, we get a bit of a wee montage at the start, and then you see him sort of as Iron Man, but he only becomes Iron Man for our presentation. And then he becomes Iron Man around the sort of Formula 1 race. And even though that mobile Iron Man suit was good, you don't see it as much, and it's kind of like one of the sort of main covers for some of the posters, and I really like that suit. And then we see him as Iron Man or as I like to call him, Drunk Iron Man. And we see a sort of new Iron Man suit at the end of the film, but that's just basically it. We don't get more Iron Man, and I think there's less screen time of Iron Man. So basically it's all about Tony Stark, and Tony Stark's not really as likeable as a character in this film. But what's really ugly about this film, there are too many story arcs in this film. There's about 3 or 4 of them, and I know like some of them are in the main Iron Man universe, but it's too much. It's way too much, and I feel it kind of ruins the whole tone of the film. Yes, I saw it like 3 times, but I think I watched it again on Blu-ray, and I watched it as like, not as desirable as much, and not as much entertaining. So I find like its replay value is kind of like, it goes away after a while. But again, this is a main Avengers film, and that's the only thing that probably people went to see this film, because it's the 3rd film to lead up to the Avengers. So, you know, that seems to be a wee bit annoying and a wee bit damaging. Now it's time for the score. I'm actually going to give this film the good rating. It's not great, it's only good. And for numbers, 7.5. Because it loses a couple because of its major flaws, but the acting helps this film out, and some of the characters are so well rememberable for this film. Now that I am 3 down, I've still got 2 more to go. I will see you tomorrow for 4.